Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPOB families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 Olumewojuku is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 Olumewojuku is another Savior. Holy, 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 Olumewojuku is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika yabika kwa namno wao. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Just sing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting moving right and getting moving faster now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting moving right, moving faster, get the freedom. Is another Savior. Yeah, for freedom. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior.
Sorry. Good day to you. Good to be in your company and all that. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Boya holy ni one so abi woli ni one so ko hear me fully. Is it woli as in the white garment preacher, or holy as in some celestial something? Boya holy ni o, boya woli ni o. Ọlọ́run nìkan ló mọ̀. Holy or woli, however you are inclined in the direction of what's going on here. So, boya holy ni abi woli ni o. I say ojo apo holy ni shayo woli le mi ngbo woli Nnamdi woli Nnamdi now Malam Nnamdi. So all that funk and all that juice. Hello. Anyway, let me not start on that tack. Let me start on this. Good day to you. Good to be your company. Good day to you. Good to be your company. And how are you? I hope you have had a gloriously wonderful day so far, cascading into yet another session. Your friendly neighborhood or your laughing man. That is me. This guy right here, the baldy. You're the baldy under the heart. You know. Yes. So your favorite or your laughing man woman went to Mo. So we go as we always go. We do as we always do. So you go and do as you've been directed to go and do. Click on the like button if you haven't done that already. Click on like. The baldy go. Thank you. Thank you for that. Are you trying to make me feel insecure? Are you? Click on the like button if you haven't done that already. Very, very important that you do that. We're pushing for numbers, and that push for numbers requires your participation. Your participation is clicking on the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, please do that as well. Like and subscribe. Follow the direction. Like, like, dois, subscribe. Uno like, smash the like button. You know, back in the day, all these young and funkies, there was a time I used to watch a lot of all this. Do you remember that era when they were having all those YouTube battles? The Logan brothers, Jake and the Paul brothers, rather, Jake and Logan versus KSI and his crew. Do you remember when they used to do all those diss tracks, Rice Gum and all that? Those days they used to say smash the like button. So smash the like. That's going back a while now. Actually, we've been on. Do you know that YouTube has overtaken terrestrial television in the UK? There are more people now engaging with YouTube than they are the BBC. Can you imagine that? Did you ever imagine that day will come? But that is the data coming out now, and this will be the phenomenon, almost certainly the phenomena, or is it phenomenon? Globally, there are more people interacting with these online platforms than they are terrestrial outputs like BBC, NTA, etc., etc. So there it is. Where the new normal now, where the mainstream, and I see it on one of the seminal positions within the Nigerian mainstream arena. So whether you like it or not, this platform is one of the big ones. So I'm not quite sure how that resonates with whoever it's resonating with. Hopefully it resonates with you in a good way. We've had a lot that has happened on this platform, but we have a lot more to happen, and that's just the nature of it. Good day to you. Good to be, and be part of it then by the like and the subscribe. So that's the persuasion then for you to be part of the inner caucus, and what your entree, your golden ticket, your ticket to ride is your likes and your subscription. So charge up those numbers and smash the like button, and make sure you're subscribed as well. Like and subscribe. So yes, like, subscribe. Click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard if you want to come and join me on the screen. I'll post that link again, so it's immediate to hand. So click on this link right here if you want to come and join me on the screen. So click on that. Share the links as widely as you can. I'm not sure that's sufficient enough. We're not seeing numbers to suggest that sufficient enough people share these links, share this platform. So if you are not in the habit of sharing, make sure don't hoard it. Don't keep the platform to yourself as your own personal dirty little secret. You know, don't treat the platform like a side chick. You know, treat it like, I don't know where I'm going with that. You know, these things just pop into my head, and I say them in the fingers crossed that it doesn't come across offensive and it coheres in whatever form of logical way. But all that I'm saying is that you should make sure that you are liking and you're subscribing. Like and subscribe. And then if you want to come and join me on the screen, as I said, click on that hyperlink that says StreamYard. It brings you into a studio space. Soon as I finish delivering the body of the talking points, I'll let you onto the screen, engage you in conversation. Nothing complex, nothing complicated. It's as easy as wiping your behind. As easy as wiping. Am I in a funky mood today? I suspect I may be in a funky mood today, you know. It's as easy as wiping your behind. So a lot ever and forever going on within the Nigerian political space. And for all that goes on, you get the news here first, and you get the best analysis here as well. You already know the main protagonists of these platforms. Even the people that are on assignment, like Ogbeni, etc., they're still in the background. They will come forward later. So if you want the best on the button sort of analysis of the going on, because rarely do we ever get it wrong on this platform. Very, very rarely, because it's a dispassionate analysis and an assessment of what is going on. There's no emoting. We don't really care. We care for the betterment of the country. I think I can speak on behalf of the platform when I say that we care for the betterment of the country. And that is why a lot of the analysis is data-led, fact-led, dispassionate, and a true assessment of the state of play. So that's what we do here. You know, it's no BS, no frills. What is what is it? Do they say? But it's a no BS sort of a space. So if you are not interested, if you want an unfiltered, am I coming across? Yes, let me position like that. You see, I'm streaming simultaneously to two different spaces, so I have to align myself so I'm visible reasonably on both spaces. So I've got two split screens on my device right here, and I'm making sure that I'm in full alignment on both of them. So all that. What was I saying? All that. No spins. Thank you. Thank you for your intellect. I was looking for that exact phrase. It's a no spin zone. You know, no spin. The only thing that spins is the ice in my brandy. Apart from that, no spin. So like, share, subscribe. As I said, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard if you want to come and join me on the screen. Share the links just as widely as you can. Copy the links and then put it in your WhatsApp groups, your Facebook groups, your Instagram mooching around spaces, all those funky. Even if you go into all these, what's this thing that they do? What's that thing where the girls go naked all the time? I've forgotten that term now. All the celebrities are there naked. Wherever it is you go on social media, just share the links there. What's that term? You must know it now. I'm pretend you must know it. Not on censored platform. There's GoFundMe. It's not GoFundMe. Oh goodness me. OnlyFans, yes. Put it on your OnlyFans spaces. Well done. I wonder how you know that. You shouldn't be knowing that now. A good choir boy like you. So all those things. So we're going through a whole raft of all sorts. As ever, forever the case, we always go through a whole raft of all sorts. At the centerpiece is this East. It's not so much. Yes, it's East versus West narrative that agitate OnlyFans, Boom Boom Ray. I'm not surprised that you would know it, Boom Boom Ray, but I am surprised that Ayo does know it because Ayo doesn't cut across like that. But so the central focus of this particular stream is focusing on that eternal strife, that eternal tussle. It's East meets West, but not in a friendly handshake. That essentially the summary of the Nigerian experience. East meets West, but not in a friendly handshake. So now there's now a convergence, a meshing together of that East meets West narrative with one of the some of the sparkling personalities from the East now crossing over into a sort of a anyway, it will all flesh out together. We're speaking essentially about Obi Kubana and Chief Priest aligning with the Tinubu narrative. So they have declared their support for Tinubu and the whole of the East. They've gone agog, but not in a dancing, pleasant way. They're throwing bricks, but are they right to throw bricks? So we go into all of that. So we're still very much in the era in that space of Remi Tinubu in America, and she said something fairly funky, which seems to be agitating the space somewhat. It says Muslims are more than Christians in Nigeria. Remi Tinubu justifies husband's Muslim ticket. So that is how the headline presents it. But I'm pretty certain that wasn't how she expressed it, whenever that expression was taken. So we'll be looking at that and all that. So we'll be looking at this one as well. We may discuss this, but certainly this is going to be the headline for tomorrow's session. So now Peter Obi has threatened now that if he's not made president, that blood will flow on the streets of Nigeria. In fact, let me show you the headline. Peter Obi has made the threat now that if they don't make him president, then blood will flow on the streets of Nigeria. Maybe we started with that one. So there it is. Yes, so that's Peter Obi right there making threats. It says, let me remove this. 2027, anyone who refuses 2027, anyone who refuses to count our votes we will count him along. This is Peter Obi. So there is no ambiguity in that headline right there. There is no mystery to it. And this is being put in quotation marks as well. You see this hyphenation there, and you see this other closing of hyphenation also there. And that tells you that these are direct words as he uttered them. 2027, anyone who refuses to count our votes, we will count him along, says your friend, Peter Obi. So that's a direct threat right there that the 2027 elections will be extremely violent. So hopefully the DSS has clipped this particular utterance, and they will keep it in their archives to see how the post-election plays out. 2027, anyone who refuses to count our votes, we will count him along, says Peter Obi. All right. Former governor of Anambra State and 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi has issued a warning that electoral officials who fail to count votes in the 2027 elections will face consequences. So what are those consequences? Counting them along means only one thing. No, I don't think anybody is too, there's no ambiguity in that. Let's see. Let me take it from the top again. Actually, this time I go at speed. 2027, anyone who refuses to count our votes, we will count him along, says Peter Obi. He spoke to a crowd in Akwa Ibom State, emphasizing the importance of voter participation and electoral accountability. Former governor of Anambra State and 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi has issued a warning that electoral officials who fail to count votes in the 2027 elections will face consequences. He spoke to a crowd in Akwa Ibom State, emphasizing the importance of voter participation and electoral accountability. In the upcoming election in 2027, anyone who refuses to count our votes, and this is where the threat comes in, we will count the person join. What is your interpretation of that? Tell me if I'm being excessive. So that is a threat of electoral violence right there. So if you've ever wondered what a dog whistle is, that's a dog whistle right there. It's inviting its followership to create anarchy and violence if the elections don't go their way. In the upcoming election in 2027, anyone who refuses to count our votes, we will count the person join. Anybody who refused to count our votes in 2027, we will count him. So there it is right there. So there it is right there. The event concluded with calls for citizens and political actors to support credible and peaceful electoral process in 2027. Obi left the People's Democratic Party, PDP, after disagreement with so I think they're going through his history now. Obi left the People's Democratic Party, PDP, after disagreement with the party's nomination process ahead of the 2023 presidential elections. He subsequently joined the Labour Party and contested the 2023 presidential race under its platform. His campaign drew widespread attention across Nigeria, especially amongst young voters, and was noted for its emphasis on transparency and accountability in the electoral process. Observers said Obi's experience in the 2023 elections has shaped his continued focus on electoral integrity and the proper counting of. So this is coming out of Sahara reporters. I'm not quite sure why they're backing Obi somewhat in the tone of this particular piece. Who wrote it actually? I bet you it's some Chinedu. Who wrote this? Let me see. Is the name of the author there? Where's the name of the author? Where's the name of the author? All right. His campaign drew widespread attention across Nigeria, especially among young voters, and was noted for its emphasis on transparency and accountability in the electoral process. Observers said Obi's experience in the 2023 elections has shaped his continued focus on electoral integrity and the proper counting of votes ahead of 2027. In December 2025, Obi formally joined the African Democratic Congress, ADC, signaling his continued involvement in national politics and his commitment to participating in future elections under a new party platform. So that's Peter Obi right there, issuing threats that that if he doesn't win the election, he go buy people. That's the only way to read that. There's nothing else to take from that. If you don't count our vote, we go count you join. This is what he said, though. But well, there'll be body bags on the street. Essentially, is what Kweteru is saying. Muslims are more than Christians in Nigeria. This is Remi Tinubu justifies husband's Muslim ticket. So this is, I think these are some of the outtakes from her American tour. And I suspect that the way she inflected that statement is not in relation to this headline at all. Because this is coming out of our People's Gazette, a notoriously lying platform. They tell a lot of lies on People's Gazette. Muslims are more than Christian in Nigeria. Remi Tinubu justifies husband's Muslim ticket. I suspect this will be in America. Our First Lady Remi Tinubu, during her trip to the United States, said Muslims outnumber Christians in Nigeria as she explained and justified her husband, President Bola Tinubu's same faith ticket. Mrs. Tinubu, a pastor in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, told the Free Press that her husband's Muslim ticket was a political decision. Sorry, I'm not seeing the likes go up. Nobody is super chatting. What's all this? We want to see numbers go up now. We're not seeing let numbers go up. Subscribe, like, do all of the things you need to do. Explaining her husband's decision to contest on a Muslim ticket in the 2023 elections, which attracted much opposition from Christians in Nigeria, Mrs. Tinubu said someone from the southern part of the country cannot pick a Christian running mate but a Muslim. Let's face it, the Muslims are more than us, Mrs. Tinubu said. If a southerner wants to run for president, politics is a game of numbers. You have to pick another Muslim. You can't pick a Christian. I think this already then answers the question if Tinubu is going to jettison Shetima, because if this is their political calculation, then it leaves no room for the jettisoning of our Shetima. So this essentially holds Shetima steady in that post. Let's face it, Muslims are more than us, Mrs. Tinubu said. If a southerner wants to run for president, politics is a game of numbers. You have to pick another Muslim. You cannot pick a Christian. The First Lady further said that in the presidential villa, she takes care of both the interest of Christians and Muslims. I am a Christian in the presidential villa. I take care of the interest of Christians, and I also take care of Muslims. That is what life should be. We have to respect everybody, irrespective of religion, Mrs. Tinubu said. Mrs. Tinubu, who attended the National Prayer Breakfast in the United States last week, said her mission to America was to make some clarifications about recent hype on social media that there was a Christian genocide. The First Lady said the Christian genocide campaign erupted just after her husband's government navigated the country out of economic turbulence characterized by soaring food prices and a declining naira. In another interview with The Hill during her visit to the United States, Mrs. Tinubu said global concerns about persecution of Christians in the country is based on propaganda. However, she called for more U.S. military. So hold on to this statement, because the North actually they've responded to this, and I'll show you the response of the North in a moment. But hold on to this statement. I'll read it out, and then I'll show you the response of the North. There's a Northerner that's actually come out to rail against this statement. However, she called for more U.S. military strikes targeting terrorists and bandits in the northern region of the country, describing the Christmas Day military strike ordered by President Trump as a blessing to the West African country. So hold on to that statement, because there's been a response. There's been a response to that statement. Let me see, where is it? There's a response to that statement, and I will show it to you momentarily. There's been a response to that statement, and here it is. So there's a response to that. There's a response to that statement, and I'll show it to you right now. Actually, so tell me if you can hear this. Actually, we've been having problems with the audio recently. Tell me if you can hear this.
At home, and recently, the wife of the president.
Right. Tell me if you can hear that video. Any and everyone, tell me if you can hear that video. Somebody tell me. I'll play it now. So tell me if you can hear it.
President, the first lady of the country, was in America, and she was calling for more American strikes in the northern. She specifically stated northern part of the country. She didn't call for strikes in the southeastern part of the country that are suffering from the IPOP and sit at home and issues of separation.
All right. Thank you for letting me know. So now let me now start it from the beginning. So actually, let me take you to this paragraph again, and then I'll outline it. So this is what that guy is responding to. This is Remi Tinubu in America making this comment. So they were talking about she was there defending Nigeria, of course, in the United States. So this is the paragraph that guy is responding to. However, she called for more U.S. strikes targeting terrorists and bandits in the northern region of the country, describing the Christmas Day military strike ordered by President Tinubu as a blessing to the West African nation. So that was what she said in America, and this is how the Northerners are digesting it.
Recently, the wife of the president, the first lady of the country, was in America, and she was calling for more American strikes in the northern. She specifically stated northern part of the country. She didn't call for strikes in the southeastern part of the country that are suffering from the IPOP and sit at home and issues of separation, agitations of separation, killings that are going on there.
Think that it's fair to say that the North is a top priority when it comes to insecurity?
The North is a top priority when it comes to insecurity, but it shouldn't be labeled as a crisis that is based on faith.
Is there a chance that you are misinterpreting the efforts as something that is targeting Muslims or North to destroy the region?
Of course. It is a deliberate act.
Where's the
fact?
So that is how he is interpreting what Remi Tinubu said. So there it is right there. That's how complex Nigeria is, actually. I think we all understood the nuance of what Remi Tinubu was saying, but to the Northerner, they see her as their first lady inviting trouble and strife onto their region. So that is how they've chosen to interpret it.
Wherever America in the past 20 years has conducted war, it's in Islamic countries. From Somalia to Yemen to Iraq to recently in Iran. Forgetting the fact that millions of Christians are killed in Palestine today. Millions and millions of Muslims are being killed over the years. The recent count in just the 2025 crisis between the Palestinians and the Israelis, 70,000 people dead. Americans are not focusing on that. The European countries are not focusing on that. So this brings out the hypocrisy in this in the southern hegemony in the context of people with certain faith being designated as certain people.
So you're accusing the wife. You're accusing the wife of the president of what exactly? What did the first lady do?
The first lady has called for attacks. The American government. She did not mention terrorists.
Who do you think she wants to be attacked?
She did not mention terrorists.
Quoting her word for
word, she called for more strikes in the northern part of the country. That's quoting her word for word. And if you look at the narratives that are being sent out by certain media organizations in Nigeria here, you talk about Fulani herdsmen bandits. You don't talk about Igbo bandits. You label criminality and target to a certain faith.
So does that guy have a point? Is the wider question. Does the speaker have a point? Does he have a point? Tell me in the comment section. You're saying it's delusional, but does he? Because if we look at what is going on in Nigeria at the moment, the volume of atrocities going on is of equi measure, if it's near in the same quantity as is going on in the southeast, as is coming from the north as well. we have to say that now. What is going on in the Southeast is nothing short of evil, and is equally evil what is going on in the North. So why is the agitation, why is the global outcry not equal measured to what is going on in the Southeast as well? And this is what this guy is accusing Remi Tinubu of. So tell me if you disagree or not, but broadly, I think he may well have a point.
Or you target to a certain ethnicity is absolute profiling and is condemnable. This is what we need to desist from doing. We should call a criminal whatever his background of ethnicity, or his background of geography, where he comes from. A terrorist is a terrorist. A criminal is a criminal. There is no need demonizing so many other people, innocent people. I'm a Fulani man, back and forth. If you say Fulani herdsman bandit, you're including me. There are criminals that I don't associate with. There are criminals that I condemned their acts.
But isn't there a chance that in the possibility that all the things you're saying could be a majority from the Fulani extraction? And there's nothing wrong with that.
But if the bandits are from the Fulani extraction, then are you calling every Fulani man a bandit?
Yeah, but that is the point that has not been made.
All right, let me ask you another question. The majority of the people in ESN and IPOB are Igbos. We up till now have the tag of unknown gunmen. Why is it that we don't have the tag Igbo gunmen? I'm asking you that same question.
I suppose you have to talk to the people who are using unknown gunmen.
No. I'm asking you the same question because you asked me the same question, that the majority of the herdsmen, the bandits, are Fulanis. And what is wrong with associating the Fulani?
I'm saying it's a fact that some of them are Fulani.
It's also a fact that 100% of members of ESN and IPOB that are perpetrating the criminality in southeastern part of Nigeria are Igbo people. Why don't we label them as Igbo gunmen? Why don't we label them as Igbo?
Why is the equalization important in your view? Why is the equalization
The equalization is important in the sense that you will be able to understand the hypocrisy that is clouded in the narratives that is being sent to the outside world. Fortunately and unfortunately for the northern part of the country, it lacks the mouthpiece to express itself. Most of the outlets, media outlets that are dishing out news and news agendas for Nigeria, for Nigerians, to the outside world, are people that hardly even understand the northern.
All right, I think we get the point that he's making. So, and is there some validity to that point? Is really the wider question. But I think we get the point that he's making. So now we go on from that to our main piece. So now we're still staying in the East, though, but we're changing tack somewhat, and we're now speaking to now the politics as it's being played. So there is a lot of different types of politics being played in Nigeria at the moment, and the best analogy is to describe that some people are playing chess and some people are playing checkers. Do you understand? So checkers is what we call draft in Nigeria. So in all within the same playing field. So the playing field being the political landscape, some people are playing chess and some people are playing checkers. Whereas Peter Obi is going around all these marketplaces, pricing corn, is it corn or groundnut? Pricing groundnut and trying to still do his man of the people, whatever it is that he imagines he's doing. Some people are actually putting structures in place that wins an election. So those structures in place, they wrap around so many hubs of activities. So the particular hub of activity that is being straddled by the president's son, Sheyi, is a movement called City Boy Movement. And within that City Boy movement, this guy is gathering together, is caroling all of the yuppie players, all the young and funkies, and all the social personalities within the Nigerian space. And he has now gone deep into the East. I'm talking about Remi Tinubu and his City Boy movement. And he has now gone now deep into the east to pick the price peaks of the social spaces in the east to wrap them around the Tinubu re-election movement. So what am I talking about? It's essentially gone and commissioned people like Obi Kubana, Kubana chief priest, etc., etc. So the story starts from here. So let's pick it up from here. You will hear no volume from this one. No, I've muted it because it has background music and I don't want to get copyright struck. But we'll start it off from here. So unmistakably, very recognizable right there. So that's Sheikh Tinubu, of course, shaking hands. The person that is shaking hands with is Obi Kubana. I think is this one the one they call Obi Kubana, and you can see that it started off, and then suddenly Obi Kubana is wearing a hat, and that is the city boy hat cap that Sheikh Tinubu is using to propel his campaign. So here is Sheikh Tinubu right here recruiting the golden fleeces from the eastern region. So there he is right there. And that's Kubana, chief priest, and all of that. So he's collected his dollars and he's now putting on the Tinubu re-election hat. So the story begins from there. So now let's now fast it forward to get a narration of what is going on. So we pick it up from here.
Movement gains momentum as Cubana chief priest unveils 2026 buses. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. First,
so you can see right there, this is Cubana chief priest. You can see the unmistakable logo right there. That's City Boy. This is not anywhere in Lagos, so this is not anywhere in Ogun State. This is somewhere in the east. So the City Boy campaign, the Tinubu campaign, being in this instance propelled by Cubana chief priest.
what is the City Boy movement all about? The City Boy movement is a youth-oriented support group backing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration and his agenda for the 2027 election. It promotes youth engagement, civic participation, and broad political involvement beyond traditional activism.
A lot of money is changing hands in Nigeria. If you have any influence, you should really be in Nigeria now. A lot of money. How much do you think it would take to move somebody like Obi Kubana or Kubana chief priest or E-Money or all of these sort of characters? How much money? We're talking about in the tens of millions of dollars to move this sort of elements, but they have been moved.
Pascal Okechukwu, popularly known as Cubana Chief Priest, has been appointed as the Imo State Director of the City Boy Movement, part of its leadership structure, helping organize support ahead of 2027. He has been actively promoting the group's activities and defending his involvement despite political criticism. Cubana Chief Priest and other influential figures like Obi Kubana helped donate brand new buses to City Boy Movement. These buses
So there it is right there. That's a good place to spot it. I don't know quite. This one is either this is either Obi Kubana or Kubana chief priest. I can never really distinguish between the two, but they all stand for the same thing. And there he is right there, as blue in the blood, the Southeasterner, as blue and red-blooded Southeasterner can be. So the expectation would have been that they all coalesce behind the Peter Obi narrative in an ethnic push. But these guys, they function in the realms of business and reality. And in both realms, in the realms of business and in the realms of reality, it tells them already what the future politics holds. So they hop onto the moving train already of the Tinubu push, because their calculation is that Tinubu gets reelected and they want to be able to say that they contributed to that. And the contribution, you can see it right there. There is a vehicles purchased by this guy with the unmistakable Tinubu image. That's the APC flag right there. And City Boy pasted all over those vehicles. But where are those vehicles? Deep in the southeast.
These are being presented as tools to support outreach and mobilization for Tinubu's re-election efforts. The move has sparked debate online, with people arguing it shows growing influence of wealthy supporters in Nigeria's youth-driven aspirational politics. Not everyone agrees with this alliance. Some critics argue high-profile figures supporting a political campaign while their families live abroad is contradictory and have criticized the city boy label.
That doesn't make any sense. What has high profile figures with children living abroad got to do with whatever party they support or not? What has where their children live, what has it got to do with their support for a party or not? If they are saying that if Nigeria was so good, it doesn't, there's no logical follow through in that statement. It's not consistent with reason or logic.
Others are debating whether cultural loyalty and regional politics should influence such decisions. And here is Bonatifi's response. He's been clear that he believes in supporting Tinubu's agenda and plans to deliver votes for him, especially in the southeast. He has explicitly said he won't back former president candidate Peter Obi if he runs in 2027 and will work against that campaign. In short, the City Boy movement is gaining traction as youth focuses political support group in Nigeria, and Kubana
You know this move by Sheikh Tinubu, it kills two birds with one stone. It challenges the narrative that the youth are with Peter Obi. Although even the data doesn't tell us that the youth are with Peter Obi, there is nothing that tells us that the Nigerian youth are with Peter Obi. What we know about the Peter Obi followership is that they are mainly young people, but you cannot say, oh, the young people of Nigeria are with him. Do you understand? Because the majority of the young people in Nigeria voted Tinubu. That was what won him the election. He won all over the north, and the median age of the north is around about 18. That is where our youthful population actually comes from, the north. So you can't say the Nigerian youth are with Peter Obi. No, you can say Peter Obi's followership are youths, but Nigerian youths are not with Peter Obi. But even that Peter Obi space where he occupies, especially the southeastern youth, that's being challenged now by Sheikh Tinubu and this move that is making.
Chief Priest is a visible figure in that push, even as his involvement draws both support and criticism on social media and in political discourse. So, guys, what do you think? Comment down below your thoughts and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.
All right, so that is where it starts off. So it starts off then, and then it transmutes then into Cubana chief priest. Tell me if this one is the Cubana. Is this one? Who is this one? I could never tell them apart. Yes, this is Cubana chief priest. So that is where it started, and then it transmutes then into Cubana chief priest launching an all-out campaign for Tinubu, mounting the storms, and are recruiting people for the Tinubu City Boy movement. Let me bring this to the beginning.
Let me tell you something. This City Boy movement is all about empowerment. Well, I know me now. I don't think go we are come to know. I cannot lose you people. If I can't put you on that song for nothing, God forbid. Anything when they will make us next week we will find, we will turn our back. I stand so friendly with my good friend Shay, and they have made me understand that Southeast must be taken care of. Make they understand say no be politics, so I won't come give you a receipt for that 300 people who I paid last year. And when I come, That 300 people who are paid last year, and when I come, we will not do 300 students again. We don't pass that level. We're going to do 1,000 students.
So sorry, I was speaking, not realizing that I was muted. I was saying to you there that money politics has started, because if you look at him here, as he's speaking lots, he's also recruiting lieutenants that will work for him. By extension, him working for Remi Tinubu. That is why I said the budget for somebody like this guy here will be the better part of $10 million.
As a city boy, when they understand, say no be politics, so I won't come give you a receipt for that 300 people who are paid last year. And when I come, we will not do 300 students again. We don't pass that level. We're going to do 1,000 students. Give me that small.
So did you hear that? He will be recruiting 1,000 students as his lieutenants in the Southeast. So that is why I said some people are playing chess in this election and some people are playing checkers.
Now you will tell me when you want me to go.
All right, so there's that. And now, so there's been backlash. There's been a lot of backlash against this recruiting of Southeastern personalities to the Tinubu camp. And the backlash is coming from surprising places, such as Isaac Fayose. So this is his response to Cubana chief priest, Obi Cubana, and the rest of them joining the City Boy movement. So we'll take it from here. Tell me if you can hear this. You should be able to hear this. I think we are okay with the volume. All right. I think we're okay with the audio, I should say. Let me see. Okay, let's hear.
The City Boy ambassador, what's your take on it?
Yes, last night, I think the Igbos are angry with me. I'm so sorry. My children are Igbo. I went to Anambra for my wine carrying. I'm born polygamist. I have 2 wives, white and black. And I'm blessed the black one is from Igbo, Anambra, Ajali, Orumba, North, local government. So I'm partly Igbo. But Igbos are the most greedy Nigerians you can ever meet. We have activists in Nigeria. We have a guy called Sunday Igboho. Igboho Osha. He's back home now. They even want to give him 2,000. Yes. Bandits, Fulani herdsmen, chancing us from the north. There is still one man called Sheikh Gumi. He still say, no, they need money, leave them. It's because no education. We have another guy called Kanu Unamdi. Where is he? He's in Sokoto. And your brothers, Obi Cubana, are wearing a mandate that they cannot use a political power to negotiate and bring their brother out. I didn't say we should fight, but you are corridor of power. You give me this, I wear your car, you release my brother. You see, and I don't know their source of wealth. You can trace my own wealth. I'm a billionaire and worth 11 million pounds. You can chase it. I can tell you step to step. So, Cubana chief priest, I don't know how a barman had it.
I really hate this the logic or lack thereof of what this Isaac Fayose is saying. I've heard a lot of people say it as well, that instead of these guys to be agitating for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, they are joining Remi Tinubu in a City Boy movement. So that's just stupid. That's just stupid. Obi Cubana is not a relative of Nnamdi Kanu now. He has not declared himself an IPOB. Cubana chief priest is not a member. Why did Dele Farotimi, why was he supporting Peter Obi without demanding the release of Sunday Igboho? There's no logic or consistency. There's no rhyme or reason. Makes no sense that that strap line that they should have negotiated the release of Nnamdi Kanu before they joined the City Boy movement. It makes no sense.
And when you see the Igbos, they are used to Rolls Royce, fast, big life, build big house in their village. They won't go there. When they go, they will go and oppress the village. They will say, I had fun. They are oppressors. I'm richer than many of them. But I'm very simple. I don't have police. I work alone. I'm with my brother today. I go anywhere alone. So you see, the moment you decide to be selfless, you will be able to help others. Look at yesterday, we were protesting. Obi was there alone, the only Igbo man there. Other people are there, but his brothers, they don't collect cow. They are selfish. That's why they are marginalized, and they will continue like that. They are cheap to buy. If you want to buy cheap Nigeria, Igbo is number one. I'm sorry, forgive me. You know, my children are Igbo too, so you can't tell me I'm tribalistic. How can one of us down and nobody is talking apart from Abarebe or somebody? Who is the Igbo that is talking? Who is the Igbo that you can compare to Tinubu? I can give you many Yoruba that are similar to Tinubu. I can give you many Aboki that are similar to Tinubu. Give me Igbo one, waste similar. Everybody is negotiating for their pocket and they repeat it.
Wonderful. Honestly, I never knew.
All right, so that's the backlash that those boys joining the city boy movement. That's the backlash that they're getting. But not everybody bites into that backlash. Let me bring you a different perspective, still from the East. The Easterners now, they're getting into the pragmatism of this, of what's going on. And this is what a senior from the Southeast has to say about those boys joining the city boy movement.
The people calling out, the people calling out Obi Kubana and Zenko and all these guys, their parents were rooting for Abacha in the 90s. People forget so easily. We've forgotten about youth earnestly asked for Abacha. If you were here in the 90s, you would know that that's how politics works. You must have support groups from all parts of the country. Our people must stop vilifying people for making a choice about their political stance. A lot of people I know want to join the city boy movement. And what is wrong with it? What is wrong with supporting a sitting president? What is wrong with some people from Southeast rooting to be connected to the center? What has Igbo and Southeast gained by isolating themselves? The people calling out Obi Kubana and Zen.
All right. So what that guy is saying there, it actually resonates with some of our experiences on this platform as well. Southeasterners that don't, Zita being a good example, because she doesn't surrender to some parochial tribal narrative, every other Southeasterner that comes on the platform, they come here to attack her, you know, because she's not hopping on some going to the middle of nowhere tribal narrative. So what that guy said is exactly the case. So let me play you one more clip to that Kubana chief priest etc. narrative, and then we go on to something else. Let me play you one last clip on that space. I'll play you this one. This is the perspective being debated on the TVC Tinubu's platform.
Conceptualized. There's no other female lawmaker that has whistle-blown the way that Senator Natasha has and made serious allegations against a very powerful man. That is what sets her apart from the other women. I'm just giving you some context. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry, before you go, talking about whistleblowing, I just told you about the whistles that were blown, and they were blown falsely.
Thank you so much for your input, Ibrahim. Moving on into the world of social media, businessman and socialite Cubana chief priest and Isaac Fayoshe, the brother of the former Ekiti state governor Ayodele Fayoshe, are now locked in a very public online feud. Now, this clash started after Fayoshe posted a video making some controversial remarks suggesting that some tribal groups are easy to buy with money and power. And these comments immediately sparked a lot of backlash online. Someone who stepped into the conversation was Cubana chief priest. He fired back and he defended his open association with the City Boy Movement, which is a political support group that's aligned with President Bola Tinubu's political base and his renewed hope messaging. Cubana chief priest argued that his support is business-driven, saying that as an employer of labor, he has to align with policies and leadership that protect his businesses and his staff. Cubana chief priest also challenged Isaac Fayoshe to a public business debate, questioning the source of his wealth and referencing his brother's years of political office, asking Isaac Fayoshe, what do you have to show for it? Well, Isaac Fayoshe has since responded, dismissing the celebrity businessman and questioning the legitimacy of Cubana chief priest's wealth. Here is part of that response.
Cubana chief priest, what's your problem? Yeah, we are not on the same league. No, you can't compare day and night. You're a little boy. You just get money overnight, your head won't scatter. They compare with your son. Say, my son, my wife, by the time we had it, okay, go and rest.
Let's have a look at what you had to say about this on social media. Now, these might not be politicians, but they are very vocal voices in today's cultural climate. King Dave says, the difference between an owner and a guest is that the owner doesn't need to post the president on Instagram to feel powerful. Isaac Fayoshe is right. The desperation to show proximity to Aso Rock is exactly what little boy energy looks like. Take two more tweets. King Banksy says, Isaac Fayoshe spoke pure truth. There are levels in life, and Cubana chief priest is nowhere near it. Loud lifestyle is not success. Clout is not class. Real power doesn't beg for attention. Day and night can never be compared. And King Dave also says, Isaac Fayoshe is playing a dangerous game of pedigree politics, and he's winning the optics war by reminding the public that he was hosting today's socialite mentors in his clubs decades ago. He's effectively calling Cubana chief priest a flash in the pan, bragging about your closeness to the president when talking to someone whose brother sat on the Council of State twice. It's peak guest behavior. It's the difference between having a seat at the table and just being allowed to take a selfie with the food. Very interesting dialogue here. And our team, like I said, they're not politicians, but these people have a lot of following and they're influencing social debates. Mr. Shomi, what do you make of this? A former brother to Governor Fayoshe and Cubana chief priest, essentially saying who is more powerful and having a public pissing contest.
Isn't it interesting how the crossover between social media and mainstream media has now is meshed into one now? You know, so before they used to somewhat try to ignore the social media space. Now it's the mainstay that's keeping them relevant.
I think it's the controversy is absolutely unnecessary. In the first instance, I would have felt more comfortable with Isaac Fayoshe's comment if he had not made reference to some Igbo people, you know, they can be bought with money, easy to buy with money and stuff like that. You don't, you know, look at people from an ethnic prism. Why not look at them as human beings, whether you're a businessman or not? It's not about your ethnic origin. So on the part of Cubana, I don't think there's any reason to respond to Isaac Fayoshe to start with. You are a known businessman. Everyone knows you are we know what you do currently. And at the end of the day, what's the point in engaging them?
Like Shomi has said, Isaac was speaking facts, but the only problem I didn't like is that he generalized Igbos together, and you cannot do that because even in different ethnics, there are good people, there are bad people, whatsoever, you know, just put in it. So him saying Igbos, you know, they're greedy and all of that, I don't think that that was the right thing to say because we have Igbos that are doing well. But when we talk about, you know, Cubana, chief priest and all of that, these people are businessmen, and that's what we forget to understand. He is a businessman. Whoever he wants to align with that he feels will be best for his business, then he should do it. Everybody is looking for their interest, and that is what, you know, Cubana is doing. So I don't know the basis of the argument. I just wanted Cubana not to reply him because right now is a back and forth. And yesterday I was saying it, you know, what somebody wants, that's what the person wants. You should not put your opinion on somebody. He wants to do this. He's an adult, so be it.
I just wonder why everyone is in chaos, everyone fighting one another. You know, at first we started with Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, you know, in the, what's it called?
All right, so that's the Cubana chief priest, etc. saga. So that's that saga right there. I'll send the link again. If anybody, in fact, the link is already there. So if anybody wants to come in. I'll play the Kegite music. We'll see what happens after that. Yes, let me send the link just one more time for just for the sake of it. So we play the Kegite music and then we see what happens after that.
Only water, where is Sima? Water, Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí àkẹ́kẹ́rẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́rẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Chifu Faila ti kẹ̀kẹ́rẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Olúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosonama ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. Ikuko Niru Agbeshemi, death have nothing to do with us. Can people please like and subscribe? We are not seeing numbers going up. We need numbers going up. We need the subscription numbers going up. So if you are not already subscribed, if you have no reason not to be subscribed, then you have every reason to be subscribed. So reach for that device, either your laptop, wherever it is you are joining us from, make that effort and be subscribed. Push our numbers up. Let the subscription go up sharply, suddenly. Every single person listening to us now should be subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, then please subscribe. As you're joined by Baba, as we are joined by Baba and CW. So Baba and CW, so plenty of spaces still. Anybody that wants to hop on. Thank you for joining us, both of you. I'm not quite sure if CW is a lady or a gentleman, but thank you for joining us, nevertheless, both of you. So it's only three of us. So let's start the conversation, kick it off. Let's start it off actually with Baba. So Baba, our floor is yours. So what are you making of this saga? It's been going on under the underbelly. I've been seeing it here and there, but I thought we'll bring it forward today. They have every right to associate politically as they choose, but apparently not. What are you making of this? Are we describing it as a drama, a saga?
Yes, woman. Thank you. This CW, is it new on the platform? One man, can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you want us to go to CW first?
Yeah, let's hear him. Let's give him the courtesy.
All right, CW, floor is yours then. To the conversation, your contribution, we're talking about Obi Kubana, our chief priest joining the City Boy group movement, much to the chagrin of their brothers from the Southeast. We're talking about Remi Tinubu telling us that there are more Muslims in Nigeria than Christians, which justifies the Muslim ticket. And we're talking about Peter Obi telling us that blood will flow if they don't make him president, if they don't declare him president in 2027. CW. You see, this is what if you're not going to speak, then I have to drop you. It's not we're not running a hotel.
Okay.
CW.
You may leave him. Maybe when I start talking, he will want to heckle me. They always find their voice when they are angry. Because I'm sure he's one of our people. You know, when our people in quotes.
Yeah, them.
I salute you guys in the commentariat. How are you doing today? I hope your weekend is going well. And our esteemed follower, that's our viewers, I formally welcome you too. Do remember to subscribe if you haven't done so. And whilst at it, click the like button, most importantly. So welcome to the One Man platform. Let me start by revisiting again the El Rufai just briefly. I looked at the whole terrain. I believe most sincerely that come Monday, he will be denied his freedom. That's what I believe. I'll be so disappointed if that didn't happen. So when they detain him, if it's through court process, better. Let the courts determine which prison they will go and detain him. It shouldn't be any prison in the north. It should be taken, El Rufai should be taken to any of the southeastern prison, be it in Anambra State, be it in Abia State, be it in Enugu, anywhere. It should be in the southeast. Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto. So I think logically, a high-profile detainee like El Rufai should also go to the southeast. Should also go to southeast. I'll be disappointed if he's not detained on Monday, because he is what he's done so far is treasonable, tapping the phone of National Security Advisor. Thank you for that. And for Obi, going to is it Cross River or South Akwa Ibom to threaten the baboon and the destinies, all Muhammadu Buhari's story playing all over again. But he should forget. He shouldn't forget. That's recent history. When he made that pronunciation, what happens? The baboons died in southwest or in the south or southeast. No, the small thing that took place in the north. So if he's wishing that kind of thing again on Nigeria, I'm happy. He has discovered his erection. He's having a political erection now. So that's very good. So he's coming out full-throated. They are spitting in his mouth and he's talking. But at the end of the day, he will be the one to answer alone in his own name. Whatever he foments, he should be ready to face the consequences. He should be ready to face his consequences, because pronunciation that causes fear, panic, and pain in a country has consequence. Nobody is bigger than Nigeria. As far as we still remain one, we have laws, it must be followed in total. So coming to this Obi, Kubana, Obi, Chief Priest, Zenko, and all the rest, I'm happy this is playing out. Really, truly happy. It's showing that some people have intolerance for other people's view. They have the height it can be measured, because I start to wonder that if perchance El Rufai in Harais TV, if he happens to be from the southeast and is so vocal against Obi, I think he will have disappeared. They will have made him disappear. And we have so many Rufai in the southwest. Nobody is threatening them. People just leave them to their devices. People are tired of them. Say, oh, we know him for what he is. Let him continue to cry. let him continue to will. But what is happening in the Southeast today? You see, I've been very reluctant to talk about what will happen in the February presidential election in 2027. I just mentioned it in passing some couple of days ago, and people tell me it's not going to happen. No, you can't even get, Tinubu will not get 25% in the Southeast and everything. Look, what you see is a tip of the iceberg. It's not just these three people. There are several others of them amongst them that will be sent into the heartlands of the Southeast. When they are boys. When they came to the Southwest in their flip-flop, in their short pants and t-shirts and nylon bag in their hands, they had nothing. They made good in the Southwest. So whether and invariably today, in the lexicon, even of the Southeast, their success story, they celebrate them. So when they go back home to the nooks and cranny, to the heartlands of the East, they will welcome them. Like you can see the crowd. Even their so-called Obi cannot muster that crowd of youths in the Southeast, even though they will be boasting, yeah, no, Obi. We've seen Obi walk the street of Onitsha or the roads of Onitsha. He doesn't control that kind of crowd, except in major events, because when he declared, when Obi, Peter IPOB Obi declared for ADC, he declared in a hall. He can't even put them in a stadium. I expected that declaration to be in a stadium. That's the only thing that can drive fear into Ashwaju. But he did it in a hall. I was so disappointed that also with all this erection he's having, these are the people he can command. So it's announced that these young men will be well funded. Politics is about money. Anyway, if you don't have money, don't go into politics. There are things I can't just say openly or anything, but they are well funded. They are well funded. Have they, the ADC people or whatever, have they even bought the Atiku, the Waziri of Dubai? I think people donated the other time, I think 1-2 buses. I mean, that is ridiculous. Election is 12 months away and they are doing nothing. We don't even know what they are going to tell us, their policy, anything. They are just folding their hands. What they try to engage people in is mass hysteria. Mass hysteria by coming, oh, we want mandatory real-time transmission of results. Who does that? In what country? Because they know they are going to lose. Even that is the reason why El Rufai is going gaga, opening it. It's frustration. These are frustrated people. They've seen the handwriting on the wall. So their resort is to violence. And I wonder, when this man beat them in 2023, because they tore themselves apart, he had no backing of anybody. How much more compared to today, where he has the apparatus of power? Àti tí òjé bọ́ bá ló ṣàlọ́wọ́, ó kú bàbá ńlá bàbá ẹni tó máa gé, tó máa bọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ikú nìkan ló máa gbaṣọ́ lára ewúrẹ́. It's not going anywhere. It's 8 years, 8 years. Who wants to die? Let him die. Because I heard the one who says Remi Tinubu went to this thing to say, oh, they should continue to bomb the north. She didn't say that. She didn't say they should bomb the north. Why not bomb Southeast too? The aspiration is different. They want Biafra. What did not want, I don't know. Maybe someone can educate me to tell me what he wants, other than destroying their territory and killing their people and reveling in it. How can they kill their people and be happy? None of them is talking. He claimed he is vocal against whatever. We've not had anything from anybody of note. Their most prominent icon, the Sultan of Sokoto, when did he come out to condemn all the killings in the north? When? The Southeast killing is talking about, as IPOP come to South to kill people, as IPOP come to Southwest to kill people, they restricted all their agitation to their area. So why is he comparing IPOP with what is going on in the north? Why is he? So they don't know anything. So they should let these young men be, because they know where their bread is being buttered. They know where they are.
Baba, I'm not sure that I'm that distant from that guy that what is going on in the southeast, there is very much parallel to what is coming out of the north. You may say the north is more nationwide, so it commands all of our attention. But if you look at in numerical terms, just the amount of people that are hemorrhaging, they are hemorrhaging a lot of people in the southeast now, and a lot of people just dismiss it as a southeastern problem. It's a Nigerian problem now. And it's inviting that it should be highlighted equally. You know, we talk Fulani bandit.
Any Yoruba man died here, one man. Any German died here. What's your own?
Yeah, Chinedu is a Nigerian too now.
They say what?
I said Chinedu is a Nigerian too now.
He died. Did we touch him?
The unknown gunmen. You don't think they should get equal attention as the Fulani bandits?
What's happening in a man's house doesn't concern me. I, as a person, it's when it comes across my fence, that is where I will react. If you ask the average Southeasterner, they will tell you nothing is happening there. I admit immediately, oh, thank God nothing is happening. I'll turn my back, go to sleep in my own space. So if they say nothing, as far as they've not encroached, they've not killed an Ijaw man, Urobo man, or a Chekiri man, or a Soko man. They've not killed an Edo person. They've not killed a Yoruba person. So all we are hearing is stories, as far as I'm concerned. They've not crossed their boundary. It's within their own space. But somebody will come and join hands with their brothers from this hell Sahel and coming down south. For what? To do what? So the blood of their people is not sufficient for them. They want to drink that of the Southerners. And they are not saying anything. Are they? They are not saying anything. Because I expect the Sultan of Sokoto to be at the vanguard of the protestation going on with the killings in the north. If he wants to have an audience with the US ambassador today, they will grant him an audience to go state the case of his people. But they are grumbling and perpetuating evil upon the nation state called Nigeria, threatening brimstone. They want somebody out. Because Buhari, for that 8 years, allowed this nonsense to fester, giving money, state money, to Miyetti Allah. Thank God Miyetti Allah has come to the focus of this of the American authorities. And with all their bravado, when Tinubu pick up that Deju, be what they call the Miyetti Allah leader, and locked him up, with the DSS lock him up for how many months? What did they do? What did they do?
But Dejo, is he out of custody now? I thought he
He's
was
out
still
of
with the
custody. He has been released. What did they do? You see, all this mouth is just tiring. So I want action from their side. It will be fire for fire. The president can be tested to an extent, but he has the state machinery for violence with him. So they don't have that advantage anymore. So they are better take this pill, which they feel is a bitter pill, swallow it, jeje, and 2031 is here. Let them gear up and get ready to come and impose on us again all the nonsense we've been stomaching for decades after independence. I yield one man. There are two other people in the meantime. World Peace, are you there? Zita, are you there? Can anyone hear me? Can anyone? You go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Honestly, I don't know what you people are talking about.
Well, the thing is, Obi went to Akwa Ibom or Cross River to say that, let me see if I can quote him correctly. If people refuse to count his votes, they will count the people join the votes or whatever. So he's invariably threatening baboon, the blood of baboon and things on the street, just in the mold of Buhari in the early part of this
I don't
century.
understand. Please repeat it again.
He said if they refuse to count his votes, the people who refuse to count his votes will be counted with the votes. So that means those people will be eliminated.
Is that what that means?
Of course. Maybe I'm not quoting it correctly. If one man is listening, I think he will quote it as the way he framed it. It wasn't Sahara Reporters.
Yeah, let me give it to you, Zeta. So you get the full texture of it. It says anyone who refuses to count our votes will be we will count him along. This is what Peter Obi said. Let me quickly rush through it. It says former governor of Anambra State and 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi has issued a warning that electoral officials who fail to count votes in the 2027 elections will face consequences. He spoke to a crowd in Akwa Ibom, emphasizing the importance of voter participation and electoral accountability. In the upcoming election in 2027, anybody who refuses to count our votes, we will count the person join. Anybody who refuses to count our votes in 2027, we will count him. The event concluded with calls for citizens and political actors to support a credible and peaceful electoral process in 2027. So that was what he said, and unmistakably are saying that they are going to, if the electoral officials refuse to count their votes, they will count that electoral official join. So I don't think there's too much ambiguity in what's being said there.
I didn't understand it this way. Now that you read out what he said, I thought he said we will count the people, because somebody drew my attention to it earlier today. He said we will count the people. I was thinking it's a head count. You see, one man, we have a problem in the world. We actually do have a very big problem. And I will keep saying it because the media is doing a fantastic job in destroying the world. When I mean media, including this one we are in now. For some reason, The technology has amplified the propaganda and the lies going on in the world. The person that told me this thing, I don't listen to be anyway. You know me. But it wouldn't be somebody who would be saying something. I will stand and worship it. The person that told me this thing was one of his supporters, and he made it in a way that if they don't count the vote, they will count the people. Like they should do a head count. Like when you go to the polling unit, you count the number of, you know how they did election in those days, head count. That's the way the person presented it to me. And I asked the person a simple question: how are you people gonna do the head count? Because it's not only your party members will be standing on the line. So how would you know who is voting for you that you are going to do the head count? And the person couldn't explain that to me. One man, you see, I said here that I don't know why.
Zita, what it's talking about is nothing to do with the head count. So
That's
I
what
think
the way the person
it's quite
presented
clear.
it to me now.
It's quite. I don't think. I mean, you don't even have to be clever. It's quite clear, and it's a dog whistle as well, because a lot of people that are not sophisticated enough to know that he was just trying to threaten the space, or they might literally carry out what he was whistling to them. That's the thing now. That's the danger he runs when he makes this sort of unguarded utterances.
It's good they are putting us on notice now.
You see, woman, a lot is going on in Nigeria. A lot. You know, people do things and walk away from it. A little word of caution will not even be given to them, let alone consequences or punishment for what they did. But some people will do something. It will be so loud, it will be so contempt. In fact, if care is not taken, it will take their head. Nnamdi Kanu, I said it here. I keep saying it. I don't know why he's still alive. If it is an APC member or Tinubu that made this comment now, the whole papers in Nigeria will carry it, including all the social media, all the look and crannies of the headless mob of ridiculous human beings who want to bring down the image of Nigeria to the ground. Which one is worse? When you see an opportunity, grab it and run away. Is that not what people said in 2023? Hello, I'm still asking.
Yeah, he said grab it, snatch it. He said
The
the presidency is not going to anybody on a platter.
The standards are different.
It's not served a la
That
carte.
is what I am saying now.
Yes, Zita,
But
just
how
to...
was it presented? How was it presented? Up to today,
They're still singing about it.
they're still saying about it. But this guy just said this thing. How many headlines had he made?
Page 50, page 50 on some random newspaper. That's the most.
Okay. So it is actually good because they are actually making him a persona non grata. It is good that they're not projecting what he said. In as much as they want to hide his foul, his idiocy, they are indirectly making him a persona non grata. But they will not understand that well. Well, the election day, now let them carry their machete come. You people don't even have an idea what is brewing in Nigeria.
I say, don't know.
A
You
lot
don't know
is
what's
brewing.
coming.
Oh. A lot is brewing. But let me say this. I hope that the US personnel in Nigeria is not a bet.
It's not what?
A bet. You know, I talk a lot of rubbish. Oh.
They've been landing since yesterday.
I said, I hope it is not a bet. Because do you know why I said that,
In
Baba?
what sense? In what sense?
Go ahead. Tell me.
You want to know, you are asking me what I mean by a bet. Eh?
For the benefit of our people listening.
No. A bet. You buy one of those Oyibo.
Hi.
All hell will be let loose in Nigeria, trust me.
Put fire in there after the hell, not just hell. Hell fire.
You see?
It's like a bone you hang on the neck of a dog. You must not eat it.
One man, a lot of bullshit is being said on planet Earth today through the media. And the unfortunate aspect of it is that some people are listening. And when they listen, they come out. They run with it. Today, if you open the YouTube, some of the people saying those things actually are AI image of those people.
And they've perfected it.
How many people in the world know that it's AI? And do you know why they're doing it? Because there is no law on AI yet. They use people's AI image, put in their YouTube channel, and tell you, listen to what he said. And they will show you the video of the person saying that thing. And people will believe it. You see, one man, why did I say it's a bet? The media, for some reason, either they are being paid, I'm sure, that were paid, that were lobbied, more especially by China, Russia, and other countries in the world that actually think and believe they can fight the United States. They can fight them physically, obviously. Economically, very hard. But with the help of media, what they do is to diminish the sophistication of the United States in every angle, in every way, in economy, in the military, in everything. They use the media to diminish them. But the only thing I tell anybody is to your detriment, if you listen. You see, I was sitting down here yesterday and I had a news flash. The President of the United States mentioned Nigeria once. And all of a sudden, Nigeria is making headlines every nook and cranny in the world. Local news in the world, in most ridiculous places, Nigeria has not been mentioned before. Flag Nigerian news. It was Bogu. What is it called? Bogu, right?
Yeah, Bogu.
Bogu. Jagbadan of Bogu, right? That's who he is, right?
Yeah.
There was an attack on Bogu
Bogu is in
yesterday.
Niger State.
Hmm?
Bogu is in Niger State.
There was an attack in Bogu yesterday.
Yeah. One man was saying it's every week. I say it's every three days now.
if you see the way they were showing it, it's not an AI image. People actually in Nigeria are making those videos and selling it to the media. If you see how people were running for their life, I ask myself a simple question: is this my country?
It's sad. Very, very sad.
You know, Zita, what I still don't get is the objective of this whole exercise, because there's a great expense to what these bandits are
It's
doing.
the same question I asked when I was saying that. Can anybody make it make sense to me?
What are they looking to achieve?
Okay.
They must know they can't turn Nigeria to some Islamic state now.
It's not going to happen.
They must know that now. What exactly are they looking to achieve? You know,
Okay.
what's the...
Do you know why you asked that question? It's because I'm not sure you know very much about jihadism. You see, when I tell people that the world and the Muslim nation don't like Israel and US, people will tell me, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? How can you say that? I'm a Muslim.
But Zita, that's widely known, and everybody knows that the Muslim nations don't like America and Israel now. Everybody.
Do you know why?
There's so many layers, but there's the religious perspective, because there's the theory that the Muslims want to create a global caliphate, and there's a push towards that. And then there's the religious tension of all the main religions wanting preeminence. And then there's also the ceding of Israel within their territory, which makes them uncomfortable. There's so many layers to it anyway, from my own.
Let me tell you the reason. There might be other side of this weather is disturbing. There might be other side attraction. The main reason is that they are the only one that has paracetamol to their headache. You see, if you study jihadism or jihad, how they operate, they do not listen. They believe they can get what they want. They are very violent. They see nobody else as a human, and even the ones that are with them, if they try to show any sign of not being like them, they too are no longer humans. So when you are not a human in their eyes, it is very easy for them to buy you. And they are so forceful that they believe nothing can stop them. When I mean they are extremely violent, but they have only two people in the world that are more violent than they are: Israel and United States. They have headache, paracetamol for their headache. Those ones show no mercy to them. When I mean no mercy, they can clear a whole nation just to shut them down. Those ones do not tolerate extreme violence, neither do they bow to it. In fact, you anger them if you show that you can point a finger in their face. Those are the two nations on planet Earth that is stopping them from achieving their aim and doing what they want to do, when they want to do it, where they want to do it, and how they want to do it. Only two in the whole world, only two nations And those two nations, they cannot do them anything rather than to use the media to fight them. If I tell you how much they spend in free Palestine, you will never believe it. You will say,
You know,
what?
the ideology, what they believe, Zita, is that God, for a purpose, gave them the oil. So that is why that oil, in their thinking, the returns they get from it should be used to sponsor jihadism. That's their belief. That's why they are pumping money. Even Saudi Arabia, that is pretending that it's a clean society, or Qatar,
I
they
will
are the
come
ones
to that
pumping money.
side. I will speak on those people because those people, they are not pretending. They are just being smart. If I tell you how many times a president of United States told them that if you don't take time, you see those beautiful things you are building as tourism, we will blink it in a twinkle.
Yeah, and they pay for
that is their
being
fear.
in
Those
safety
ones are being
every month.
smart.
Because that glass wall and chrome leather they built in Bahrain, in Qatar, in UAE, Saudi Arabia, they are Kuwait, they are scared themselves because they created a monster. So they are feeding them with money. Because those things are easy targets with the drone technology these days. So that they are in safety today is because they are paying heavy price.
Those ones are they prefer to smart themselves into the hands of America. Come and keep your weapons here. Come and do business with us.
Put your
We are very
vessels
nice
around
people. Oh,
our
we are very nice
waters.
people. We
Parade.
don't want trouble.
We
But
will pay for the
meanwhile,
fuel.
they are the ones sponsoring trouble all over the world. What is happening in Nigeria? I won't be surprised if the hands of UAE and Saudi Arabia is there. I would not be surprised.
It's almost a certainty that it is, because if you look at what's going on in Nigeria now, one, like I said, there's a big expense to this banditry and what is going on. They have to weaponize these people. That's a great expense. They have to do the logistics, all of these things. There's a real spend behind it. And we are not clear on the end goal. They are not kidnapping really for ransom. These are not just everyday bandits. They're savaging a whole region for reasons of ideology, and that ideology traces back to the Middle East. And they also have all these traveling imams or prophets or whatever that go into these countries to really embed that indoctrination. They call it what? It's a their hand is in it. There's no doubt about that. Now, what's going on in Nigeria traces to the Middle East.
You see, one man, it will take somebody who is what Igbo man called Azwanoka to handle Nigeria. And I believe I still have this little thing in me. I made a comment here as I started this speech. I said, jihadism, even if you are with them, what I mean by you are with them, like you are a Muslim, but you don't actually believe in what they are doing, you are in trouble too.
Oh, you are
Because
not safe.
Tinubu is a Muslim. Shetima is a Muslim. This should be a time in Nigeria that Muslims should go about their normal business peacefully. Even expand by having little mosques in villages in Nigeria. Go to their mosque, worship, and go home. If there is any time they would have achieved that in Nigeria, is this period. But hell no. Why? Because Tinubu is not a jihadist. As long as they are concerned, he's not a Muslim. So you see, I still believe that if Tinubu have a second term, he might be vicious in his second time in handling this insecurity. Because it takes somebody who will do something very unexpected and very decisive about this recklessness going on in Nigeria.
I don't think Tinubu will be able to do that.
Why not?
I think the problem is bigger than the Nigerian presidency.
No, I don't think so.
No. I think they will allow him take minor victories, but if he wants to take an overwhelming victory, they will buy him.
You see,
do you remember they even tried to buy him even before he was sworn in?
One man,
you remember? Do you remember what caused the war in Rwanda? Is the killing of the president of Burundi. Let them try it.
Wait, one man. I didn't say fighting them. That's not what I said. I said something unexpected.
Do you know that? Sorry, Zita. Do you know that the source of this extreme fundamentalism that we're seeing coming out of the north? Do you know that a lot of it is embedded in some of their most respected royal houses, from Kano to Sokoto and all over?
Of course, I've said it several times here.
Yes. So
even to the extent of Emir of Ilorin is complicit.
Of course it's complicit now. It's from the Sokoto stock now. So how do you move against those spaces? You would unleash an inferno that will consume you and everything in between.
It's local government chairman that's in charge of them. Who gave them certificate? Who put the lawani on their head? You don't know what is government to.
You don't know what is government. You don't know what is government. If you know what is government, you won't
that
be
is
saying
causing
this.
this go slow.
You see.
All right. Let me ask you this question. If there were credible reasons to effect it, can Tinubu effect the arrest of the Sultan of Sokoto?
Why not?
Why not?
You must be joking.
Let me tell you.
Oh, recently the state governor didn't they try it? I think they suspend him or restrict him to the palace. Something happened.
Name is on the table. El-Rufai's name is on the table. Let me tell you this, woman. As I said before, there is only 2 countries that in the world today that is protecting this planet Earth against them. Only 2 out of 100 and something, 200 and something countries in the world. It is only 2 that is protecting them. Now, let me tell you something. You see, these 2 countries have an antecedent. Their antecedent is doing that thing that every other person in the world believe. If you try it, the sky will come down. If you try it, the whole world will come against you. They're going to try it anyway. And the sky will not fall.
We saw that in Venezuela.
Thank you. Venezuela is not the first time they did it anyway.
They did it in Panama. They did it in Grenada. They did it in Libya.
You will say, how dare they? Is it people will come out in the media and screw trash? Even some Muslims today who hate America with a perfect record are still whining about Venezuela. They said it's supposed to raise dust in the world, but everybody kept quiet. Because everybody can only talk. But when it comes to action, it's only these 2 can. They will woto you. When I mean woto, they will woto. they will so deal with you that even the person that said they can't will say, and run under his bed. So don't say a sitting president can't. When you read the spiritualism hierarchy, after the creator is the government, that's one thing humans don't seem to understand. Let me repeat it again. If you
After
look at
God,
the
na government now.
hierarchy of
And if
spiritualism,
it's only the kingdom of heaven, kingdom of God that runs on righteousness, the kingdom of earth runs on violence, and the violent take it by force.
finish. You finish my submission. So don't say he can't. This one, America is coming in. As I said before, I talk a lot of rubbish. I hope it's not a bet.
No, that's why
Because
they are going to meet their destruction, because
these
they will be
people
so
that run,
tempted.
carry gun,
Just
people are
let
running.
one official drop.
You look at people who are shooting. Number one, even me, when they watch military do training, I can shoot better than them. They are not trained. They're not that cool. You can see that it's just somebody who pick a gun and want to act just to kill. And those kind of humans cause what they call reckless mayhem. They cause what I call mistake of the millennium. Because as they're running, jihadism want to show you they are extremely powerful and nobody can stop them. That is their ideology. And they do that and hit one American, boom. Tinubu will tell you
I
people,
laugh.
sorry,
That
I
will be the
cannot fight them
beginning.
all. I beg you now. I know they.
But the consequences will consume Tinubu too now. The
How?
How? It goes just to prove what he's been suffering all these many
Let me tell you
months.
something. The only consequences that will consume him, if look at the history all over the world. I don't like history, but you people will understand me if I use the word history. But I prefer to use the word reference, because reference go to a reasonable, well-documented incident. But history might be told by an extremely liar. If you look at it all over the world, there is one mistake presidents of the world do. What mistake they make on these two nations I have mentioned. Every president that have had in contact, that came in contact with these two particular nations, Israel and United States, the mistake they always make is by threatening how they are going to deal with them. Some propagandists in the media will say to beef the confidence of their citizens. And I call that the most stupid mistake anybody can make. If you watch it, make references to countries they have dealt with, before they come in, watch and hear what their president say. He's poking his eyes into their nose. I will not tolerate. We are a sovereign nation. If you dare us, we will do this. We will not let you come in. And these two nations don't take it. They're going to come in anyway. And they're going to do their shit. Whether it's legally right, what do you call it again? International Criminal Court, whatever. Right? Humanly right? Spiritually right?
Not only
Visibly
spiritually, yes,
right? And
because
everything not
Zita,
right, they're gonna do it anyway.
you know, come middle of the year, things will take a new turn. That the Christians, there'll be so many crusades with Americans coming down south. Because now that El Rufai has confessed to be a hacker, I can authoritatively tell you that the Yes Daddy tape could have come from El Rufai. Could have come from El Rufai. And I don't think Bishop Oyedepo would take kindly to that if he's thinking in the same trajectory like
I better
I'm
forget all
doing.
those the religious leaders in Nigeria. Please forget them. Those ones are protecting
They
their
are
kingdom.
counting now.
I
They are
don't want to
counting.
talk about them, please. You know, there are some people that have repelled me so much in life that when I talk about them, people like Obi, people like pastors in Nigeria, when I talk about them, I talk about them as if I'm going extreme because they have
Zita,
repelled me.
take it easy. Touch not my anointed. Touch not my anointed.
And
Do my
then
prophet no harm.
it
I do
became
my prophet
a
no harm.
situation where people see me as a devil, as a witch, as an occultist. That is not where
Occultist,
I want to
that's a
go
new
now.
one.
Let me remove the pastoral and the political aspect of the shenanigan. Let me first what I'm talking about. You see, I like the way Tinubu is handling America. He's doing something different from what other nations. Maybe because, according to him, he said he doesn't listen to media. Maybe that's what is helping him. Because if one lunatic or several lunatics have come to several platforms, several media houses to say how Nigeria is a sovereign nation, Tinubu should kick their ass and ask who the heck and tell him how a dumb Donald Trump is. Actually, when I hear people say that, it marvels me. When they call Donald Trump a dumb, an idiot, it marvels me. My body shake. You know why?
You know, Zita, just on that line, it marvels me as well when they say Buhari is dumb. This was a guy that was a head of state and then maneuvered himself back to become a civilian president. And you're telling us he's dumb.
Apart from that,
in a country as gifted with people as Nigeria, that guy rises to the top twice, and you're telling us he's dumb.
apart from that, some people will tell you that all he did, it wasn't him that did it. That it was what's that the name?
It's evil. Buhari that I'm talking about is evil, yes, but dumb, no.
No.
It's not. No.
They will tell you is what that his second that time. What's his name? I keep messing up with that man's name. His second.
Idiagbon.
They will tell you is Idiagbon that did it. And then
Why
you
was
begin to
Idiagbon not the head?
wonder,
Why was
I am
Idiagbon
your
not the head of state?
superior. I am your superior. If you think of any situation, we are in the office and your superior, and you present a project to me, I ask you some few questions on the project, and you give me a clarification why that project should go on, and I sign it. And you go out and execute that project, and somebody will call me dumb. Come on now. But these are the things that the media, the propagandists, the liars of this planet Earth. You see, when they call Donald Trump an idiot, a buffoon, I begin to wonder, when am I going to be this kind of buffoon that maneuver finances to the extent I have skyscrapers in some places in the world? When am I going to be that idiot and that low IQ human? Money is not with idiots.
Donald Trump is not an idiot, but there is nothing that compliments him even for. It's not a genius either. It's crafty. Hold on. It's sort of a Machiavellian sort of a character, and it's very narcissistic. It's probably singularly. It's in the top tier of narcissism globally, but it's not an idiot. But it's a nasty man, though.
Okay, and one man, I will tell you, if the word you use can go to him, that means you are actually saying he's brilliant.
No, I wouldn't extend that far.
Okay, because for you to say, if for you to say somebody is a narcissist, go and study about them. Narcissists are not born on a dull brain. Period. You see, the media and the liars and propagandas present some certain things as if it goes to the dumb, to the idiots. It's only a fool can be that, but that is actually lies. Go and read the antecedent of a narcissist. They are not dull people, neither are they idiots, neither are they fools. They are extremely brilliant. That's why they can maneuver what they want to maneuver and do what they want to do.
Go read the Rasputin. You will know narcissistic people are brilliant too in their own way.
No.
They are evil.
No, yes.
That somebody use his brilliancy to achieve evil doesn't mean the person is dumb.
Can you hear anybody, Zeta?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, hold on. Let's engage with you. The leap from idiot is not to, the fact that you're not an idiot, or there's several stages now to being a genius, or somebody like Trump is middle range clever. It's not spectacularly genius, but the narcissism narrows him down to singularities, and then he acts on that singularity with decisiveness. That's all he is. But it's not Professor Wole Soyinka or some
Professor Wole Soyinka is not as smart as Trump.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah, that you wrote, that you sit down to write fantastic books doesn't make you smart.
All right.
You see, one man, look at it from this perspective.
I don't even understand what you mean by Professor Wole Soyinka.
Look at it from this perspective.
What do you call brilliancy, if I may ask?
What do you
call being smart?
When a man doesn't overthink his decision and he action that decision, I think that can be attributed to brilliance.
No, that's narcissism.
Okay, no problem. Let me continue with what I'm saying.
No, hold on, Zeta. Let's engage with that spot for a moment. That's narcissism, Baba. Because
go ahead. Sorry.
Because there's no pause for reflection. If there's no pause for reflection, then you may get that decision right. And by the way, most decisions, if you bullhorn them all the way through, they end up being right now. Because there's no real.
No, repeat that again, please.
I said most decisions, if you bullhorn them through, they end up being right, but they might not at the initial thinking stage be the right decision. It's that singularity of purpose, isn't it, that the voids of pause for reflection that really, that's the trait of somebody like Donald Trump. It's not especially clever, which is not to say he's an idiot. I wouldn't know. He can't be the president of America twice and be an idiot now. But
exactly.
It's not genius clever.
It's not. Nobody is genius. I don't know where you got that word. Nobody is genius. You can be genius in a particular area in life where you soar high. In another particular area, you might be a buffoon. So the word genius is not
relative.
Overall. No. You are genius in a particular thing. You must be genius in a particular thing.
Yeah, so that makes Trump a genius then. I mean, in the past.
What is he a
So
genius
if
at? Hold on. What is he a genius at, Prince?
Well, when it comes to
Is he a genius at
being
grabbing people
being
by
an
the
outsider, when it comes to American politics, that man is. I mean, he puts everybody to shame in the past century. I would say that guy, when it comes to
past
politics
decade,
and the
yes.
ability to read, that he has a special talent. If you want to call him a genius or not, that is fine. But to me, and I've said many times, actually, not because of today, that Trump is a genius. No, he has the knack, the ability, to what is the word? The guy is good. He's good at what he does. Because he's not writing books and speak the way you guys want him to speak. Yeah, and you think he's a nobody or he's not smart. I beg to differ because guess what? One man, the people he goes after, this rapper Nas says to be the best, you challenge the best, and the blessing is spiritual. But guess what? Trump is not going after like big people. When he ran the first time, he went after people like Ted Cruz, the number one debater, went to Harvard, smart, this and that. He defeated Ted Cruz. Then you bring out the governors like Jeb Bush. He went through the best of the best, including Hillary Clinton. And these people, they played politics for years. They're supposed to be smart and geniuses. He defeated them all. Now you tell me Trump is not a genius. Come on now.
Since one man, since you want to, you see, that's why I said that the media is doing a fantastic job. They're doing a fantastic job because Trump is one man in the United States democracy that handled it differently. That way he handled it is affecting his party. From the time I started understanding their electioneering and their democracy, this guy came from being a Democrat and came into Republican. And then what did he do? He took the two and jammed it in himself and move on. And that thing generated a lot of support for him. And again, a lot of confusion that even the media didn't know how to manage. And you call that person an idiot. A man that we tweet and tweet and tweet. Let me finish. Tweet and abuse you, abuse you, abuse you, abuse you, you abuse him, abuse him, abuse him. And then the next time you tell him you are coming to see him, the whole world will be expecting chaos as usual because they have tagged him a chaotic person who can tell you anything, say anything, and fight you anywhere. He dwindled them and do a different thing. And you call that person an idiot? A fool?
Nobody has called him a fool.
He became somebody who is unpredictable, is a genius. That is one of the antecedents of geniuses.
No.
Okay, let me chime in here.
If you want to, let me finish before I lose my thought. Anybody who is a genius in a particular area, you can predict his next line of action. Even in mathematics. If he's a genius in mathematics, everybody is solving the math this way and making mistake. The moment he comes, everybody will be saying, let's see what he's going to do. Is it not this way they solve the math? He comes with a stroke strike. One! And he gets it right. That's a genius. They are never predictable. Because their brain think differently from every other person in that area. But if you think that is not a good explanation for somebody who is genius, can we move on to Nigeria? We are talking about and Tinubu and the recklessness going on in Nigeria.
No. Skittishness is not a trait of genius. It's clarity. What you're describing is skittishness.
Oh, really?
Yes, skittishness
it's not a trait of genius. So
no,
geniuses, you predict them before they land.
No, no, you are going. We are making some abstract. The consistent. Is clarity. Is somebody that can with a crystallized clarity address something. That's really more.
One man,
Is not a skittish bouncing up and
no, one
down.
man.
You know.
That's actually far. I mean, that's to me, that's not a hallmark or a trait of a genius. By the way, my foremost trait for a genius would be one that has great perception. Einstein had a lot of great perception. If you look at his work, how he came about, solving the problems, he had great perception beyond the books. Okay, that's an hallmark of a genius, being perceptive in a very high degree. Not to be clear. Come on, most geniuses they're not clear at all. Some of them can barely even articulate articulate their position on the matter.
No, it's not
But
the articulation now. It's the crystallization, which is exactly what you are saying what I'm saying, but in different words. I'm talking about crystallized thinking as opposed to skittish thinking. Yeah.
Crystallized thinking, is that what you call a genius?
It's one of the hallmarks now.
No,
it's one of the
because
hallmarks. Clarity
on.
of thought. Clarity of thought is one of the hallmarks.
Clarity of thought. Clarity of thought makes you a genius.
That wasn't what I said. I said it's one of the hallmarks of.
Well, before
you see,
I was going to chime in
excuse
quickly.
me. You
One
see
second.
the clarity. You see the clarity in their action.
Even thinking outside of the box still requires clarity of thought.
Okay.
Not skittish.
Hold on.
And Donald Trump is a very skittish man.
Okay, hold on. One man, you say clarity and then thinking out of the box. In the person's brain, you are in the genius's brain to know how many times he moved it over and over. But you see the result is the result of his thinking, the end game of his thinking. That's where you see the genius, not inside his thinking.
Those people call it Trump a genius. I'm so disappointed. Priest Daddy, do you live in America?
I think we should Lusha.
AOY, which kind of question be that?
No, I want to ask him. So
I think he lives in America. Do you remember America?
No, hold on. I know AI. She does not live in America. She can say whatever she wants to say.
AY, please, before we go on, I just want to apologize to you. Yesterday on the Ghana's early 2000s population count, you were correct. I'm sorry.
Thank you for bringing that.
My household corrected me.
Okay. Well, where's the $1,000 that you bet him?
I tell you, make it.
I didn't bet too. I'm not a betting person. You see now.
but on issue, if Trump, I don't even know how anybody will reason if Trump is a genius. Really? Like, what makes you give me one reason? What makes you believe Trump is a genius? In what way?
Before they answer that question, let me ask you a question that will set the. Is Trump an idiot? AY.
He is an idiot. He's an idiot.
That's where you fell. That's where you fell.
He is an idiot and possibly a lunatic.
One man, then you've answered the question he's asking. Can we move on to Nigeria in this thing, please? You have just answered.
No, we are not gonna move. Trump, one man. Let me just break this down for you.
Are you asking me?
No, he wants to expand.
I think you are just blindly.
He wants to expand. Zita is more American than most people.
No, why I said we should move on is that two of us are in two. It's like two of us are in two parallel lines that can never meet.
We are not moving on.
All right.
If you call him an idiot, and I tell you that he has an antecedent of a genius, there are two parallel lines that can never meet. So we move on from that discussion.
Hold on. We are not going to move on. Everybody, hold on. Zita, let AY expand on that, because I think he added a proviso. So let him expand to land us on that. Because you can't say Trump is an idiot anyway, because there's nothing to suggest that he is. Yes.
Okay, so let me explain to you. So first of all, there is nothing in life Trump has achieved that will make him anything close to evil, an intelligent man. Nothing. So first of all, he got his wealth. He inherited his wealth from his father. One. Second
did he expand
of all,
it? Did he expand it?
He did expand it. The expansion he did was stolen money. So when you call Trump a genius and you refuse to call Hush Puppy a genius, then I will have problem with you. One man, you can fact check me as I speak.
Hush Puppy is a genius. Hush Puppy is not an idiot, though.
Wait now, wait one man. Wait one man. Wait one man. When you go fact check me, Trump, since they added over the wealth from his father, Trump has filed for bankruptcy up to 6 times in America. That is how he duped the system. That's not genius. It's just like say, oh, our Yahoo boys that stealing people money in Nigeria, they are genius, people praise them. Genius in what? In what? In education? In what? Exactly. I mean, Trump is a rogue, man. Like, if you know people that have worked with Trump, what do you think the leaders in America, the past president, nobody want to associate with him, even the Republican leaders, they avoid this guy. So let me come to economy. This 1 year Trump has been in government, go and check the American economy. People are easy to criticize other countries. Go and check what is going on with American economy right now.
One man, I'll be back.
The unemployment is on the high side. Not only that, the cost of, you hear him talking about tariff. What happened with tariff? That's why I was asking Prince Daddy, that is also called Trump genius, if he lives in America. If you go to the stores today, things you buy $5 ordinarily, they are like $6-7 right now. In fact, some the price increase is quite high. So I don't know what he's doing. Like, you having more homeless people. Price of houses, price of rent are going up. Confirm this information. All of you have friends in America. If you don't live
so anyway, so wherever you live, I guess the price of commodities are going down, right? You guys are living in largesse, right? Is that what you're saying?
Which commodity? So you see, this is the argument. Your argument now is kind of dumb because Trump distorted the world stage right now. So how you need to ask yourself what makes the price of goods increase since Trump came into power? That's the question you need to ask yourself. One of the reasons was the so-called tariff. If you are a genius, where you are imposing tariff on countries you are doing business with, you should know that who is going to pay for the differences. Who is going to pay for that tariff?
You have a very limited knowledge of what you're talking about.
Hold on.
The price increase and inflation we're talking about started from Biden's administration. Okay, I was here when we saw a price of a dozen of egg went from $3 something to like almost $11. So you don't know what you're talking about. You have limited knowledge. And number one, it's quite clear that you don't know how bankruptcy works.
What do you mean limited knowledge? I give you the number. I'm giving you the number. You hold on.
I'm just entertaining you. I know you don't know what you're talking about, but that's okay.
Hold on.
He knows exactly what he's saying. Who's that interjecting me? Let him learn.
Don't mind him. He's a black follower. He's calling Trump a genius.
MAGA, Mugu that calls themselves MAGA in America. You guys are Mugu, not MAGA.
They are more worse
You
than
know,
mugu.
the person talking, you're not talking to obedience, so be careful. No insult here. No
Where
insult.
are you the only person in America? Where is the same economy? Where
Respectful.
is the same
Okay, you're not
economy?
talking to obedience. So,
Prince Daddy, you are
okay,
People
respect
are talking
yourself
out of
before I come down on you guys. Better respect yourself.
Go easy on Prince Daddy.
You are AI should not come here and be talking
Yeah, don't go easy on me, but respect yourself if I come down on you. Okay? I don't do that nonsense. You're not talking to obedience, okay?
You blame me Biden for everything. Even you blame me for their too. You blame me for the attachment of Trump.
Okay.
The same thing you do at home. You blame the PDP. You blame PDP for what they committed 60 years ago.
Omar, thank you. Okay. So I don't know why you're talking about obedience. I don't know what was business between me or whoever obedient to know, but I don't know.
No, because Omori is talking loose. Saying my guy's local. So
I'm not in the same economy. I'm not buying something. I just came out of government job.
From a headless mob, okay?
What he's saying is Omori is turning it into a street fight, like the obedience.
Yeah. So I can go dirty and insult you too. So let's not go there. Respect yourself. I don't play that. Respect yourself. You're not talking to obedience.
Yeah, be courageous enough to say the truth. Even if it hurts you, say the truth.
Well, let it be truth in your own head. Let it be truth in your own head, okay?
Hold on.
Let me finish.
Wait.
One man need to
just
finish.
hold on.
They will not.
Just hold on. You still have the floor. What Prince Daddy is saying to you, on this platform, only two people can give us a real lived experience of America. That's Prince Daddy and Baba, because they live there.
I live in America. What are you talking about?
You live in Canada.
No, I don't live in Canada. No. One man, don't do that. I live in America.
All right, I thought you lived in Canada.
I'm a resident. I'm 100% resident of America. That's where I live. Don't do that.
All right, carry on. I know. So I genuinely thought you lived in Canada, but
no. I used to, but I live in America. So let me. I'm trying to break it down. What is going on in the system? I don't know why people are not truthful. I don't know why people are just blind followers of. If Baba live in America, Baba know what I'm talking about. So I know Baba can stick to issues. So the tariff he imposed on country is American. The common Americans are paying for it. One man, let me let you know this. Obama introduced the Obamacare, which is the Save Act. Like what used to happen, right? The poor, the less privileged, they were on this health insurance scheme, pay for maybe I have a friend that was on it, like say $200, $300 a month. You know what Trump did? Trump decided to stop that. People are paying $1,000 plus average. Nobody is paying less than $1,000. Of course, a lot of people cannot afford it. They have to move out of that plan. That is actually more than 20 million Americans are losing health insurance. If you live in America, health insurance is one of the biggest trouble. Is that one of the biggest trouble America face?
You say now you've been called out.
Sorry, I'm almost trying to
no,
kill this.
We don't want to leave this to lecture.
You will talk. You will have your time.
Just talk about Trump is a genius or not. You are not the one to lecture me or Baba about your lived experience in America.
Trump is worse than an idiot.
You can have your own perception
Trump
about
is
it.
worse than a buffoon. Is that a human being?
Guy.
You are entitled to your double opinion. It doesn't matter. I'm not following.
Trump is worse than an idiot. Trump is worse than a buffoon.
See.
Is that a human being?
You're the one that was insulting your governor the other day, and when enigmatically insulted you, took your personal.
You want me to come and governor against you? When
you're quick to insult people, but when they insult you and your governor and your people, you take it personal.
You want me to come and read my governor?
Be mindful of yourself and your mouth.
I'm not like you.
Prince Daddy, you will speak. You hold on. I need to explain to one man, because you guys are just lying to one man here. I needed to explain what is going on. You have to speak to this issue and speak here, all right? So don't worry, we are here. So that health insurance is a mess right now. I don't want to talk to him about the immigration. People know what is going on with immigration all over the world, but whatever. I don't want to really speak about it. when it comes to the economy, like I rightly said, people are losing jobs. In January alone, over 109,000 Americans lost their job. Fact check me 1 month. This information, they are not hidden. They are online. You can Google it up, check ChatGPT as we speak. They will give you those information. So the system is tough right now. Things are not as rosy. If you understand the economy, for the Fed to cut interest rates like consecutively, that is a signal of a sick economy. From the last 3 Fed meeting, they've been cutting interest rate, except the one that was held in January. That was the one they kept interest rate the same. For the past 3 or 4 Fed meetings, they've been cutting interest rate. Interest rate cut is a sign of sick economy. If you don't know, that's just a basic economy. So Trump has not done anything that will even shows that he even
Okay,
know what
I think okay, that's fine. You know,
let me
yeah.
finish. He wanted.
You take it too long, man. We don't have time for this nonsense. Come on. I mean, we heard you.
You
The notion that you say you have to do everything is fine. I mean,
Hold on now. Wait,
one more minute.
AY, hold on, AY. Round it off in 2 minutes, and then Prince Daddy gets the right to reply. Omori can chime in. I think Mike wants to come into that conversation as well.
Yeah,
so 2
except
minutes.
as long as they stick to fact. Let me tell you on the election. Right now, go also check this video online. Trump is scared already that he's going to lose the midterm. They have to do everything to win the midterm. He's scared already. I will tell you this. For the past, since middle of last year, all the elections that have been conducted, they conducted one in Virginia, New Jersey is a Democrat area. Even the last election, last couple of weeks ago, that was conducted in Texas, Republican lost that election because of the madness of Trump. Listen, Texas is a pure Republican state. Democrat winning election there is as hard, it's very difficult. They just lost that election because of Donald Trump. So
orange man bad. We got it. Orange man is bad. It is the worst person in the world. That is fine. Let's move on.
You hold on. Why are you aggressive? Hold on. So
because he's spewing garbage. That's why. You know. Let's move on from it. If it's bad, Trump is bad. I don't care. I mean, even if he saw Jesus Christ, I wouldn't care. So I'm not sure exactly what you.
All right.
Please, that the time I give to me. He's targeting me too much.
All right. Wrap it up in 1 more minute, and then
good.
Wrap it up in a minute.
But AY, you like to take too long to explain simple points. Sometimes just make your point.
I know. This is for answer a damn question. Like we have lectures.
You don't need 2 minutes to make a point. You don't need 2 minutes to give long explanation. Just land the point.
Okay, my guy. Okay.
No, I'm not against your point, Shabo. I'm just trying to give advice. Sometimes it takes too long to make simple points.
Is this guy that I wish okay, no problem. So that election, Trump is actually scared of midterm as we speak, to the extent that he's looking for a way to cancel midterm in America. This guy does not obey law.
And you still call him an idiot.
This guy does not obey laws. He's behaving like one African dictator. Even at when he was in power the first time, I said this to people: if Trump was an African leader, he will never leave power. He will never leave power. So people that think because he's doing dubious things, his intelligence, he's a genius, then they should praise people like Uganda president that have stayed in power for 40 years. They should start praising people
like
president that have stayed in power.
That's enough. The conclusion of the matter is that
if that is
the conclusion of the matter is that
all right, thank you, AY. All right. Prince Daddy respond. Omori chime in after Mike wants to come in as well. So Prince.
One man.
Well, there's nothing.
Prince Daddy, just give me a second, please. One man.
Yes.
I have 2 responses. The first one is, I never knew in my whole life that it takes an idiot to window people. That you must be an idiot for you to be able to window people. The second one, the second one is the media is actually doing a fantastic job. They're doing a very fantastic job, as I said before. That you are using your smartness to do evil doesn't make you dumb. I'm beginning to see that most people believe that before you are a genius, you must have used it to do good.
So you just call Trump an evil.
Robber. That
all right. No, guys. Just let Prince Daddy respond, and then
an robber that went to steal, planned his way, went for a successful game, and come back. That he did that successfully and smartly doesn't make him a dumb. He's smart.
All right, Zita, let Prince have his say, and then I think Omori wants to come in as well. Prince.
Yeah, one man. Everything AY said is just a bunch of talking points. I've heard them all. The notion that he's going to spend like 2 hours to tell us that Trump is a bad person, is not smart, is a dummy, is totally irrelevant. These are just talking points. It's a liberal talking point, and the end of the matter.
You address the issues.
And the end of the matter is that there's a kind of what do you call it? There's a chronic disease in America. It's called TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, and AY is suffering from the most chronic aspect of it. So, and I wish Dr. Sima was here to help diagnose or tell you what kind of medication you should take. That's the problem with people like AY. See, people like him think Trump is beyond a human. They call him a dummy, but at the same time, they think it's like a non-human being.
Why not address the issue? Counter his point.
Oh God. Let's not turn it into guys, let's not turn it into a street war. It gave you the moment to say
you even have some intelligence.
It's the smartest person here.
Why the personal attack? Address the issue.
It's always nice when these Nigerians, they're quick to attack people's intelligence. They're not smart, they're dumb, and all these things.
Can we drop Trump and go back to the Southeast trade?
Yes. All right. I think we may have to, if we can't hold
Well, I mean, I can have a simple response or intelligent conversation, and not result in name calling or insulting people. These human animals, the way they behave is quite interesting. At the same time, they are the people that are quick to insult other people as not being smart or being genius.
You are the one taking this personal. You are the one insulting people.
This human animal. This is what I'm talking about. It wouldn't let people talk. So, but yes, Baba, you're right. I mean,
an animal is actually better than you, Prince Daddy. An animal is better than you. If you can support Trump like a fool.
All right. So this is the point. I don't even spend my time.
People, they will disrespect you. You are not bigger than anybody here. You got to respect.
You know what the funny thing is, Prince. You and AY are two of the better mannered panelists we have on this panel. So that's what's really surprising.
I've never insulted anybody on this panel, but this is if you.
Actually, you did earlier, but that's okay. See, but when it comes to insulting people, you talk to the wrong person. I'm totally impervious. I don't care if anybody insults me. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't.
I'm not here to insult anybody. Like,
but you did, and Omori did, but I don't care. It doesn't matter, guys. Trust me, man. It's water under the bridge. We're going to catch up later. We're going to catch up later. It's water under the bridge. I don't care. But my point here is that, Baba, we're going to move on. I don't spend my time trying to defend Trump anyways. Even Jesus Christ, I don't defend Jesus Christ. So this notion about Trump, this and that, I don't care. But anyway, it's fine. But those talking points, I'm very much aware of those talking points, and they can go as far as they can. You can blame Trump for all the problems in the world. That's okay. No big deal.
Bro, you are just this genius right now. People are listening. Just address issue.
Counter the points they were raised. Counter them. inflation, migration, counter the points and go on.
We are not fighting, but you address the issues. You guys said Trump, he said Durando. Address simple issues. You cannot. You behaving like obedient. You accusing people to be obedient. Wama, did you see this? Your man.
All right, maybe we can come out.
Of course, he knows I'm saying the truth.
Anyways,
no, it doesn't agree with you. It just doesn't want the smoke of
Let me
the.
make one comment about Trump. I think it took me a while to finally discover his weakness. For a long time, I only saw his strengths, but recently I've really discovered his weakness. Whereas I think Trump, if he's going to be in the government, he'll best be like a Secretary of State or Chief of Staff. I don't think, before I thought, it was fit to be, it was very good to be president, but now I don't think so. Now, why am I saying this? The category of leadership, I thought he had leadership skills, which it does, but there are category of leadership skills, right? Some people are good being leaders of men, right? Some people are just good in being leader of themselves, and then there's some people that are good in being leader of a nation. I think where Trump fits, where I think is a very good leader, he's a very good leader of men, but I don't think he's a good leader of a nation. You understand? Like someone like me, I'm a very good leader of myself. When it comes to leading people, group of people, I'm not good at that. Like when it's time for accomplish a mission, if I go by myself, I'm a lone worker, I'll get things done. But if it's working with a group, like I'm not good at that. That mission will probably fail. I'm a little tolerant for patient for people. You understand? Now Trump, he's the kind of guy where you give him a team, he will make sure that team get the job done. Squad of people. He's making his ministers work. People under him, he's making them work, get the job done. But as a leader of a nation, you have to be long-sighted. You guys are a very short-sighted person. So the decisions he's making as a president, in a short term, he's just making fast deal. But a lot of the deals he has made, like these guys, literally set America off for big failure in the long term.
Mike, thank you, Joe. God bless you. Mike is a truthful guy. He always support Trump.
Like I'm sorry to say, I just figured it out. This is the first time, I was always a Trump guy, but as I'm studying and watching over the years, at this point, I just realized that wow, I see his weakness. Like every decision that's been making so far, in the short term, he's getting things. When this guy literally made China take over the world because American doctrine over the years is to paint others as the devils and America as the angel, right? But this guy just came in and literally and that's been America's weakness. Strength. With that, carry big stick, smile, but carry big stick. So America will whack you with a stick or a smile in your face. You understand? So you get whacked with a stick, but the apology will make you forget that you've been whacked with a stick. Whereas another country will whack you with the same stick, but you will see that country as a devil. It's kind of like how they convince the whole world, like the Soviet was the bad guy. The Chinese, everybody were bad, but they are the angel. But then they weren't really doing a lot of the, invasion and all those things. But somehow the whole world. So those were because back then they used to have those kind of leaders. They understood the long term. Whatever we do now, we have to think about the long term. But Trump has been a guy that's just making decisions for the short term. And I'm like, yo, all these things you're doing. Literally in the long term, you've destroyed the image of in the long term. Think about it. American strength has been number one, immigration. Immigrants has been literally the strength of their growth economically, internally, the immigration system. And number two,
not illegal unsettled immigration. That's
whether
the
illegal
right
or illegal, the backbone of American economy. So hold on, calm down. And they always find a reason to make immigrants feel, the government at least, immigrants feel welcome and things like that, and the one they don't need, they just get rid of you. They figure a way to get because all they're doing is bring people from in other countries and bring draining those countries. Bring gaining America and bring draining everybody else. They did it to Europe for so long. Europe figured it out. That's why they quickly cut it off, and then they started going to other societies. So that's one. And then the other one is able to influence key allies in the world and go out there in the world and sell America to the world as the angel kind of thing. Boy, he came in and literally just kill those things, man. Like he's made
Well,
America
it
like
would be nice to give comparison. How did Obama sell America to the world? Is it by spreading LGBTQ in Africa? What did Biden do in his 4 years in
no,
You're talking
office?
about
What
Africa
how did
country.
he sell the world?
You're talking about Alice. You're talking about Africa. What
Please,
does Africa have?
let Mike answer, man. I mean, relax, please.
You're talking about good countries, powers of the world. You're talking about your shit on Africa.
You see, the way Prince Daddy is handling this matter is doing it as if we are
Prince Daddy, I'm being
Democrats,
honest with you, man.
Republicans.
I'm not trying to be
I
anti.
don't belong to any party.
I'm just like in the
I
long
don't
term,
belong to any
it's really
party.
the guy set
Mike,
America
I agree with you that listen, in the short term, I agree with what you said. Actually, I do agree because
he made a bunch of
one thing
deals
I've
like
noticed is that listen, for a good plan to actually work, it needs some time and it needs some time and buy-in. What Trump is doing actually is it doesn't have a lot of buy-in from a lot of these politicians. That's a big problem. Meaning that if
don't
another
forget buying,
administration
man.
comes in,
Bro,
Prince Daddy, they are too.
Mike, let me say this. For Republican to support Democrat to shut down your government, you know what that means. Those are your Congress members. This is what happened in America a couple of weeks ago, where they partly shut down the government. If you don't know,
and it's never happened before, right? I
Prince
can
Daddy,
tell.
let me say one important point to you. So you can see. Let me say one important point to you, so you can see where I'm coming from.
Sorry, Mike. Just give me 1 microsecond. So guys, I have church in the morning, so I'm going to go off and take a nap and all that. So we're going to take the conversation to the back. I'll send the link into the comment section. If anybody wants the conversation, come into the studio. It's going to carry on, but not broadcasted. So I'll send the link if you want to come in. We didn't even get to fully address this our main topic, but it goes like that sometimes. Yeah.
But one before you hand it, let me make this point now so people can hear. It's very important.
All right, make that point and then
Prince Daddy, the reason why America is number one in the world is not because America make itself number one, and it's not because of its guns and weapons. Because if it's about guns and weapons that make it number one, the Soviet would have been number one. Because even by the time the Soviet Union fell, they were still the most powerful militarily, like weapons wise, everything. They were ahead of America at that time. Now, what made America number one is the fact that key countries in the world decide that okay, we want you to be number one. And most countries in the world accept, okay, we'll make you number one, and they all agree, okay, we're going to make your trade in your dollars, and we're going to allow you to be number one. And they were on the Soviet side, we just few pockets of countries that side with the Soviet. So that influence, and then America number two. Second point, reason why America also is number one is the fact that it makes itself attractive, where brains from other countries now start flooding in. Most of the American brains that, if you name them, they're usually the Kissingers, they were European immigrants, Germans, all those people. And then now you have the Africans, all those people from different parts of the world. Their best minds are offering to America because America sold itself. They use propaganda, entertainment, all those things to sell themselves. So those are the two reasons why America became number one.
Just to make a note.
It's a fact. America did not make it.
I'm not disputing the point, but Trump's first term, did you know that he actually had the most immigrants coming to this country? In terms of legal immigrants.
We're talking about now. In the first term, he didn't behave like that. In the first term, he was acting, but he didn't really carry out the act to the level he's doing it now. What I want to handle, let me just land my point. Calm down. In the first time, he was just, most of the things he was saying was just talk, no action. In the first time, the whole race thing, I mean, he was saying racist things that I just thought it was jokes, but now he's actually carrying it out. Like, he's carrying it out. Go after Somalis and sending people. I mean, he's like really going heavily, like with the action. So
it's right to go after those Somalians, though. Those Somalians, they're real menace in every society.
Like, literally, like, he's actually, in the first time,
that has nothing to do with
his political campaign.
He went after Greenland. He went after Europeans. I mean, see, this is the problem with people when trying to pigeonhole Trump. It's not about racism. I mean, he went after everybody. He's gone after everybody.
Yeah, he's done it.
He went after the Hispanic people.
Calm down. Calm down.
All right, Mike.
I've already made my point. You can hand the show.
No, I'm not going to end it because just for the people that have not spoken, I'm going to do, and I'll be very rigid with this. I'll do 3 minutes for anybody else that wants to speak, and then I'll wrap it up after that. So, comrade 3 minutes, because people can come in and not get to speak. Comrade 3 minutes. If Jude, Aro, or Bosso wants to speak, they can speak as well. Comrade, just give us 2-3 minutes. Just land the points in bullet points, and then we'll,
Yeah, I not even need up to 3 minutes. When people are deluded, sometimes they think they are the smartest people on earth. I used to have one guy on Dr. Damages called a Kene. When Trump was coming in, he said he was buying his olive oil. Was it olive oil or avocado oil? He said he used to buy it for $2. He was buying it for $4 under Biden. The same avocado oil now has gone up to $16. The last time I called the Kenya, I said, has your price of your avocado oil come down? He was blabbing. He has nothing to say anymore. He doesn't come to the show and talk of avocado oil anymore, as if avocado oil is the only basis of comparing any workable government. When people are deluded, I used to feel we used to have this word in Africa, MAGA. If somebody is a mugu that that is gullible for fraud, we call them MAGA. So when they brought it to America, I thought it was going to mean a different thing in a different context. I didn't know. Basically, they were referring to the same thing. Mugu, in the true sense of it. They follow whatever Trump says sheepishly. They accept everything from Trump, hook, line, and sinker. They don't want to see anything wrong with whatever the man does. The point the last speaker was trying to make is that the strength of America, the real strength of America is not even in their economy. It's not in their military. But what they're able to do with their allies across the world. The getting of Osama bin Laden was not determined by their intelligence and their military strength. But what they were able to do through other people outside that. Because one thing with America, a safer world, other countries means a safer America for them. This bully, this racist, that is not even from here. With their German style, he's destroying everywhere. People are there applauding him. You busting off, he's taking over everywhere. Who gives him that moral authority? Who gives him that authority to go to invade another sovereign country without questioning? You hear applauding him for doing nonsense. You thinking he's smart. And there's the mother that just spoke last was about telling us that he's being criminally smart is what leaders do to be popular leaders. That does not make sense to me. Invariably, you ended up calling a Trump a criminal. If you say he's criminally smart, you just ended up to finish what the court already did before he was sworn in, when he was convicted of 37 charges, a convicted felon, is what Mandazita just completed. Yeah, by saying he's a criminal, by being criminally smart, he's worse than an idiot. I rest my case.
Thank you, Amaruye. God bless you, Joe.
All right. Has anybody else that's not spoken? Does anybody else that's not spoken want to speak, or we take it to the back?
One man. Can I say something?
All right. Just 2-3 minutes, and then we'll end it after you.
Yeah. You see, I'm a silent follower. I've been following you.
We'll still be in the back talking, so anybody that still wants to come in. Yeah, carry.
No problem. I'm the only Cameroonian that have been a silent follower of your panel for a very long time. Maybe older than other people on this panel. I'm also following your panel because me being a Cameroonian, Nigerian being an enemy, I want to know their tactics, what is going on in that country, so we can fortify Cameroon, so we can fortify Cameroon for any incident that can happen in Nigeria. We are protected in Cameroon. Also, I've been in United States. I came in during Obama's tenure in the US, and that's to tell you how long I've been in the United States. It's rather unfortunate that you have people that are just coming into America a few years ago and they are talking about American politics, not versed with just being, just seeing what is happening. They feel like they have the upper hand to speak about American politics. You see, in particular, I can compare the two because during the Obama's era and what happened during Trump, and when Trump came back again after Biden, I will tell you that the Democrat is a party that most Africans pursue when they come into this country, because these are a party that gives food stamps to these people, right? So once they, I mean, the longer they stay, and they start realizing that they don't live on food stamps anymore. So they start seeing the realities of Republican. I am a full-blooded Republican candidate. Not a candidate, but a person that admire that party so much. So I'm gonna tell you what Trump is. Trump is what Trump is doing. Obama invaded most African countries. If I tell you, he invaded Libya. He was one of that person that went into every African country and tried to impose GAY, if I say so, or other policies that Africans did not need. He was one of the guys that caused confusion between European countries and North Korea and all of that. And when Trump came into power, Trump was the first American president, if not first, when and made North Korea try to create peace. You know, right now as we speak, he has also created a group of peace people to make sure things are going well in the Middle East. You see, this is a guy that is trying to take out the United States military that fought for a long time in the Middle East. He is bringing them back. You know, he's trying to curb immigrants coming into this country. He's doing a lot of things. Someone was talking about prices of food are expensive. And somewhere, if you live in a city that is majority full of Democrats, and the things are going to be expensive because those guys are living on food stamps, you know, but I live in a Republican state. Things are really cheaper. You know, and there's peace, and that's what most Republican state stands for.
Where do you live? Can you tell us where you live?
I live in Utah. I live in Utah. I'm not gonna sit here and not tell you where I live. I live in Utah.
Texas is a Republican
Let
state.
me finish, man. Let me finish. You see, most of these Africans running their mouth, they will never live in a democratic state like Chicago. They will never live there. You will see them living in Texas, in Republican state. You will never see them live in Chicago or probably New York or those places, because Democrat or those people have destroyed those states. So we are proud to live in Republican state because it's more safer. Republicans have made it in such a way where you can walk down the street and do not fear of your own life. And that's why people love Republican Party and what Trump is doing.
We're talking about Trump now. You're talking about Republican Democrats.
But thank you, one man. This guy, shut your mouth. This guy, shut up. Shut up and stay quiet.
Be quiet.
We are not talking Republican versus Democrats. We are just giving analysis of.
Yeah, but my analysis is that what Trump is doing when it comes to immigrants.
No wonder you have 2 years old. If you vote for another 8 years, no wonder you have 3 years as your president. Idiot.
What Trump